Hey basketball coaches, players, and fans. Today I am going to be breaking down the Denver Nuggets offense. So let's get down and let's check out how well Denver is able to score the ball. So one of the things that a lot of teams don't pay attention to is the fact that the Denver Nuggets have a lot of three-point shooters, and who we have here is Nikola Jokic. We also have Murray and also another three-point shooter. But check this out. We also have another three-point shooter on this team that can hit the shot really reliably. Now, what we have set up is a center to guard screen right up top. This is obviously either a 4-out or a 5-out that they're looking to run because he does pop out at the end. Now, from here, this screen is being used obviously as a screen, but this is a screen and pop. Now, what happens here is the fact that now Murray, if this was a solid screen, could have taken that three-point shot from up top. He could also drive and kick out to this player, which is what we do see on this play. Because Rudy Gobert, in my opinion, is not that great of a screen and roll defender this year, he does tend to sag off quite a lot when it comes lately to screen and rolls and screen and pops, which is why we see a pop here, because look how far Gobert is. So now this could have been a kick out here for a three-point shot or a kick out here for a three-point shot. And basically what happens with a screen like this is if this defender goes too far down, sometimes this defender will pop up occasionally, in which case that would be a secondary pass for a three-point shooter over here or a backdoor cut. And this one is actually one of the more popular plays that Denver uses, is just a simple center to guard screen and roll up top, which then draws in multiple defenders for kick out threes. So this is another center to guard screen, however it's straight up top. We've got two players on this side, both of which are okay three-point shooters, obviously him better than him in my own opinion, and then we have another three-point shooter on that side. We have a nice screen, and this time we have Jokic who is cutting towards the basket. Now this very much looked like a 3-2 zone, because when we back up a lot farther than where I had it, the defense collapses just like a zone would have. They go back into their formation. We have a screen up top, and then what we have is a collapsing of pretty much every single player. This could have been a nice kick out to this side. This could have been a nice layup or dunk. There was a couple of different options there, but he did end up going in for that layup. Wasn't he on fire though? 2 50-point and 3 40-plus point games in a row in the playoffs. Fantastic. Go Canada. So something that we do see a lot with the fast break is they get it to their guard as quickly as possible. Obviously here the guard already had the ball and he attacks the rim. We then have a player who cuts on this side, like what should happen. We have a guy who was early looking for a lob, but never happened. As we can see up here, he was looking for either a lob or a quick pass in between the two defenders who would have easily picked that pass off. And of course, what happens here is we get a paint touch. Especially if you're going up against a zone defense, you will see that every time you get a paint touch and you kick it out, you're going to have open three-point shots. So what we have here is a quick pass to the inside cutter. He now could be passing out. What we need to have is this guy leaking out that way. We really needed that, because that would then free up a little bit of the paint for Jokic to then cut down. In my opinion, that's what would have happened. This player needs to get out, and that's almost what happens. He does get out at least, and then he goes up for a contested 2, but at least we did have a rebounder who was there, which is a good thing. But if he was to get out and we had Jokic coming down the middle, that would have been an even better rebound and put back either a dunk or a layup. And the reason why I say with Jokic coming down is because now you've got all the speed from here to accelerate your jumping ability to get that rebound, while he is just there jumping straight up without any movement. This player would have more momentum, but also that would free up the key from at least one or two players, and if it didn't, then this player could have just easily kicked out to him. But this is just my own opinion. This is actually a really nice play that Denver runs here. So we have the ball over here. Jokic is setting a screen, but we have a pass over to this guard. And then what we have here is Jokic then cutting away and getting a screen from another player over here who's now going to be forced onto a smaller guard, or at least he's hoping for that to happen, because a lot of teams will switch, especially on a strong hedge. They will switch. Now they get that ball into that low post area, what I call the mid post, and he just turns around because, of course, Gobert, he got hung up on that screen right here. And this is a fantastic play. Now Jokic is able to turn around for a nice jumper with not really that much of a defense to contest that shot. Now I just want to point this one out for all of the players who were obviously on the offensive side. If you're coming down on the weak side, the farthest away from the ball's on this side. What are some of the things that you need to do? You can't just go down into this corner and expect a shot. So many players do that because, of course, that is not a reliable pass. He is going to go and pick that off. So what's going to happen here is this player gets the free throw line extended and then he cuts in, which is a fantastic choice because now he's got no defenders. What we have here is him already not being noticed by anybody. He's slipping behind this man. He's 100% not paying attention to anything that's happening over here. And because of that, he now gets pulled up to guard him. He is now guarding him. See what's happening here? We have this guy guarding him, but obviously this guy guarding over here, but we have nobody. This guy is like slacking off like crazy, and we have nobody guarding the backdoor cut. And Gobert is not paying attention. As a center, whether you're being a defender when you're in a zone or in a man-to-man, if you are a center, you need to protect the paint, especially if you're playing in the middle on a screen and roll. You really need to check out what's going on, see what's happening. He needs to be calling out what he sees. He should be calling out Gobert back, Gobert go back, or Rudy back, Rudy go back, or something. That sounds way too much like Rudy Gobert. Maybe that's why he screws up so much doing this, because when they say Rudy go back, he just thinks that they're calling his name. That's a bad joke. But anyways, this is some of the things that Denver does extremely well, and especially on fast breaks, taking that off-ball movement. This is something that every single player needs to learn. Another thing that I have not mentioned yet is Jokic's post-game. He's a great, fantastic shooter, but he's also a magician in the low post. He's able to get that ball. Now, what we have is he's on both of his feet when he catches that ball, and when he catches that ball, he's got one foot in front of the other. They're not totally level or square with the basket. Now, there's different strategies that you can implement when it comes to where your footwork is when you catch that ball, but generally speaking, if I was the defender and I seen that the right foot, this is the right side of him because he's facing this way, his right foot's in front, that usually means he's going to turn this way. And because of that, that's how I would defend it. I would actually be playing quite heavily on this side. And the reason for that is if he was to turn this way, first off, I've got some help defenders who can pop down. Secondly, his right foot's in front, so it's actually going to make him unbalanced turning this way, and it's going to take him an extra couple of milliseconds to recover from that, and in that time I'm going to be able to recover myself to go and guard him still. Now, from there, he doesn't defend that right at all, and that's why Jokic is a fantastic player, and he's able to get that spin super quick, and that's why you're able to do this move so quick. That right foot is in front of his left, and then when he turns, he's already in sealing with his elbow that we see right here. And from there, he's able to turn and attack the basket, only one or two dribbles, and he's able to go in for that dunk. Now, for all the centers out there, that is a fantastic breakdown on how you can use your footwork to become a better scorer in the low post. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, go check out my vertical jump training book down in the description below, and I'll see you guys again next time.